It's the first time we're seeing her on a major stage. Good lift there for Obando. You know, we've talked about it a couple of times on other sessions, Sean. Sometimes you see spread from the beginning of a session to the end, and in this case, we're looking at an opening attempt that is almost half of what we might see later this session. So that tells you this is somebody who's obviously inexperienced, but you know, it's an opportunity to lift on a big stage. I mean, it's a pretty cool opportunity.
And score points for the team.
It's going to be top 10 points.
Right.
There's only 9 in the group. And Argentina, could look at it again. Argentina is currently ranked 10th. And they will move ahead of Nicaragua with a total from Obando. They might even move ahead of Brazil at 12th. Brazil only has 232 points. They're in 12th place. I think they got hurt by a couple of bomb outs. So
well, that girl in the 53 didn't bomb out, that's for sure.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But, you know, Guatemala, I'm sorry, 1 minute clock introduced on Scarlett Uccello of Guatemala, first attempt. Michaela Obando, even though she's, you know, way behind this field, is actually a very, very important point scorer for Argentina.
Easy second attempt.
Actually, that was the first attempt for Uccello. Different lifter. Yeah, you have 2 that are going to be batched together here. So now we are going to go back to Obando, 465 kilos. Take a look in that warm-up room, and boy, when you get to the supers, it looks awfully crowded back there.
There's people taking up a lot of space.
And we're not even talking about the lifters. I know that backstage with Sarah Robles is Tim Swords, and Coach Swords will take up a lot of space.
Yes, he does.
All right, now we have Michaela Obando of Argentina, 66 kilos. She will be 2 for 2. So these 2 lifters here in the beginning will probably exchange a couple of attempts, taking a look at this on screen. And then we'll move into the next layer of competitors that are looking at 80 kilos. Actually, most of them are around 100 kilos in that next batch. So right now, 70 kilos will be the weight called for the first attempt of Isabel Montero of Costa Rica.
A little snatch dancing over there.
That'll be a good lift for Montero at 70 kilos. That'll take us to 70, or excuse me, 70 is going to stay on the bar for the third attempt right now of Michaela Obando. Obando thus far is 2 for 2. Don't know that I would call this competitive weightlifting in this group, but at least they're making lifts to start it off.
Oh, whatever. Depends upon how you define competitive. People are near each other doing the thing, so I guess it's competitive.
All right, so now we have Scarlett Usello, 71 kilos. Usello is a youth athlete.
And it takes a long time to develop a good super. So this girl here, being a youth athlete, lifting on this stage, is going to go a long way to
if she
helping
stays
her
with it.
develop as she grows and gets more mature.
Good lift here at 71 kilos. Take a look at it from the side. Argentina in team points is currently 10th. And that puts them right inside that cut line for 4 spots heading into year 2 of qualification. So, I understand the quality may not be there across all spots, but this is very effective stuff here. I mean, they are looking at 3 spots. Oh, no lift there. Potentially, 4 spots for the Pan Am Games, and it's a nice spot for a nation like Argentina that we don't see much of in the years ahead. So, all right, so now here's Usello of Guatemala. Guatemala currently in 14th, which would put them in position for 1 spot. First time we're seeing Montero of Costa Rica at a Pan Am Championships. This is her second attempt. She made her opener with 70 kilos, 3 kilo jump here. Good lift there by Montero. She is 2 for 2. Now we will go back to Scarlett Usello of Guatemala for her third and final attempt. There's a change. She's moved up to 74, but she's still the lifter. All right.
Good lift.
3 for 3 for Usello. Now it looks like 75 is what we're going to call for the third attempt of Isabel Montero of Costa Rica. This would be a 2 kilo jump, and it looks like this is what she's going to take. Oh. Nice effort, but no lift there for Montero. She will be credited with 73 kilos from her second attempt. And now we will jump the bar all the way up to 85 kilos for the first attempt of Nicole Matamala of Chile. Matamala was here at the Pan Ams last year. She snatched 95 on her third attempt. Here she is with 85 on her opener. That is the same lift she took to open at the Pan Ams last year as well. Matamala was 5th last year with a 208 kilo total in this class. So you talk about something, I don't think it would be quite that easy to get to 5th this year in this group, but there are only 9. But you're going to see a huge separation in totals, is the point that we were making earlier. I mean, we could see north of a 270 total win this thing.
Supers are never a real deep class. Just there's not too many people that size and with that talent level walking around on the earth. Just like 48s, just the opposite ends of the spectrum are very difficult to find. And when you find good ones, it's rare and it's a great thing. And the United States is fortunate to have a very good one.
Yeah, in our case, I mean, you were talking a little bit earlier about development of a super. In our case with Sarah Robles, she was developing, quote unquote, in another sport.
Right.
When you were talking about earlier, we have a youth athlete that's already a super. It takes a while to develop one. After we see this attempt here from Matamala, talk a little bit about that development and what it looks like. I think that would be. So now here is Cole Matamala, second attempt, 92 kilos. She has made 95 in competition in the past.
It's a good lift.
Very nice technique. She has a lot of experience in the Western Hemisphere, Caribbean Championships. She's even been to a Senior Worlds, and historically over her career, which includes 10 or so meets that I could find, she very rarely misses a snatch. So already a nice string for Matamala, 2 for 2 thus far, and it looks like she's going to have to follow herself unless she wants 100 or more kilos. So I think there's a decent shot, even at 97, this is a 5 kilo jump, so it's likely she will follow herself. So that does give a good opportunity to talk about when you are looking at a youth or a junior athlete who is already on the bigger side of the scale. You know, what does that development entail? Meaning just there are years of not much progress until somebody fills in even more muscle.
It just takes longer. The bigger the athlete, regardless of your size, you still have the same size organs, the same levels of hormonal secretion, and it just takes longer for bigger athletes for all that stuff to circulate, and it requires more energy for them to recover. The intensity of the training can't be as high, the volume of training can't be as much. So the amount of repetition is going to be lower.
Okay.
The intensity that you work at is going to be lower. So it's just going to take longer for them to develop over time. In a smaller sense, the time it takes for the for the nerve impulse to travel is longer. I mean, even though we're talking about microseconds, so the coordination isn't quite as much. So the entire development is less. It's slower, not less. It's slower. So it just takes more time. But they last. Because they take more time to reach peak condition, they actually can stick around longer.
Well, in this case, here is Matamala for her third attempt. She is 29 years old. And if you watch her, very technically proficient, already 2 for 2 in the snatch. And watch the quality of movement that we talk about sometimes. This is a very good technical lifter.
But at 29, she's not going to be getting much better.
But she lifts nicely. And that's a good lift.
She lifts beautifully. But she's going to lift beautifully with 100 kilos, not with 150. That's all my point. Now, if she was 16, that's a different story.
All right, so now we have 100 kilos for the lifter from Venezuela. This is Yaniuska Espinosa. Espinosa was in Rio at the Olympic Games. She totaled 273 kilos, snatched 121. So this is I guess a working meet for her, not really here in top shape.
Or not working, really.
Well, but she opened with 115 in Rio, 114 at the test event in Rio. She's lifted on that stage twice.
So maybe she's just get back
playing
into shape.
Through, yeah.
And they sent her here to score some points.
Exactly.
Because the Pan Am Games is not until 2019, which is a real important meet. Yeah, she's definitely a professional.
Yeah. There also is a good chance, I would imagine, that we would see Espinosa at the World Championships later this year if she's starting to get back into training now. But certainly below the most we've ever seen her do by a large margin. But she is on the board here with a very nice 100 kilos. Looks like now we are into the mix. The next 5 or so lifters that you'll see have a good shot at I think, bronze medal. It's going to be a contest between Sarah Robles of the United States and Veronica Saladin of Dominica for this thing overall. But right now, Lizeth Aovi of Ecuador is the lifter, 103 kilos, first attempt. She is a junior, and she competed in the Junior World Championships just a month ago, opened with 102, and did that with it.
Nice lift.
She was the bronze medalist at the Junior Worlds. She was a member of the 2015 World Team.
Senior
for Ecuador. One of the younger lifters there. Snatched 108. Oh, it turns out that last lift was a new, I think, Pan Am youth record.
Oh.
Have to check on that. It actually does not make sense because Aovi is not a youth athlete. So
maybe I could set a youth record.
All right, so now we're back to Yaniuska Espinosa, 105 kilos. This is her second attempt. Silver medalist at the Pan Ams back in 2012. Snatched 107, clean and jerked 134. Another good lift. Take a look at this again from the side. She had to chase it a little bit forward. Did you see anything
No.
overall? I mean, I think it was pretty good.
Jump back maybe a little bit, but I mean that's
But
not
whatever.
That's not
Yeah,
terrible.
that's normal. So very good lift there by Yaniuska Espinoza. She is currently running a 2-minute clock on 106 kilos. That's her automatic increase, so it will change. The next weight that somebody will want is 108, which is going to be called right now. Espinoza has moved to 109. So that makes bronze medalist at the 2017 Junior World Championships, Lizeth Aovi, the lifter. She's actually the Junior Pan Am champion.
Nice lift.
That's why. Good technique. Very good lift. I would disregard that new record flashing on the screen. What I think that is because this is a new weight class. This is the first time the system is seeing it, and it may not have Cheryl Hayworth's numbers recorded because technically she's the, as far as the system would know, the plus 75
Okay.
record holder. So I think it's registering new records for the first time. But either way, this was just a terrific attempt by Aovi. As mentioned in January, she did a 238 kilo total to win the Junior Pan Ams. And now we're going to go all the way up to 110 kilos for the first attempt of Tanya Mascoro of Mexico. And originally, Mascoro was somebody who I think you could look at as a challenger to Sarah, at least by past history. Mascoro in Houston at the 2015 World Championships, in Cartagena last year, snatched 119. So even though she's opening light, this is not somebody to ignore, at least in the race for medals.
Well, as a super, I mean, it wouldn't be unusual for her to jump to 115 and go, 4 or 5 more kilos after that.
She's not afraid of 4 or 5 kilo jumps. She's done it often. And that is a solid start.
Yes, good lift.
So keep an eye on Mascoro as a factor in this competition. She is the first to open of what I will call the big three here in the supers. And now we are going to call Sarah Robles, and I'll be surprised if she comes out for 110. She's coming to the ready area, but lift to this again. Very good lift there by Mascoro. Mascoro is
coming out.
So Sarah's going to get one on the board here. 110. This will move her into second.
Well, they
Our
probably
2016 bronze medalist.
They want to secure the
points.
Just get one in, and then they'll play with whatever they need.
A toy.
That's a good lift.
Jeez. Now what she does really well is that transition from the middle, from the hip to overhead. I mean, she does a lot of things right. She happens to be a very good technician in the snatch.
She's an Olympic medalist, so.
With good reason.
Right. That doesn't happen because there's something wrong.
She is also a 2-time Olympian.
Right.
She has won Pan Ams. She won the Pan Ams back in 2013. This is the first time we're seeing Robles back at Pan Ams since 2013. Now here is Yaniuska Espinoza. This will move her into third in the snatch on her third attempt with 110.
Beautiful lift.
3 for 3 for Espinoza. And now we will see Veronica Lisovi Liseth Aovi. Wow. 110 third attempt. This would be just a 2 kilo jump. Wouldn't be shocked to see him move up. So here is Saladin, 111 kilos. This is the first time we're seeing her. Good save. Well, she's done as much as 115 back in the 2015 Pan Am Games where she was 4th in the snatch. She opened with 110. Unfortunately, no total there. She bombed out in the clean and jerk.
Third snatch for Liseth Ayobi from Ecuador. Tercer arranque para Liseth Ayobi de Ecuador. 112. 112 kilos. Se prepara Masoro. Masoro, 23.
All right, so now here is Aovi. Third attempt. Depending on how things shake out, 112. A miss here, a miss there. This could be worth at least a bronze for her if successful. Some things will have to line up, but it is definitely a possibility.
Beautiful.
She's a good technician. That's great.
And she's happy about that one. Looks like she has a
should
lot
be.
more in the tank.
She really does. It almost looks like a conservative play, but
Yeah.
again, she's young, and
Right.
you know, you're looking at somebody who, despite her youth, look at how she's moving. I mean, she has a very large. She's been a multi-time junior worlds, a multi-time youth worlds. Youth Olympic Games. There's a lot of competition history for Aovi, even at this young age. She still has another year as a junior. And looking at her history, I don't see a lot of red lines. So they do a very good job of picking weights that she can make. You might even argue they leave some on the table.
Well, and that's okay because you want to get into the habit of going 6 for 6. You know, if all you know is making lifts of competition, then that's all you know.
Exactly.
So I have no problem. I mean, in fact, with youth athletes,
It's great.
I think you need to leave some stuff on the table because you have to build their confidence.
Oh, Mascoro,
Nice
115. Remember, she did 119 last year, and she might be interested in something that close to that again this year. And remember, with the countries or the athletes that are representing their nation's 4-point scoring, we are down to our final women's group of the 2017 Pan Ams. Sarah Robles is walking out to the bar at 115 kilos. This, again, will move her into second in the snatch. Robles is not interested in chasing anyone. She's playing her game right now. And she'll probably wait it out for the third attempt to move ahead.
Oh, it's power snatch.
Looks like a toy. She's baiting the others into believing that they have a chance. But with movement like that, I don't see how Sarah will take anything less than what she needs to win a gold.
And she moves really well.
Almost catches it at parallel. That's something that we've seen with her over the years. And now we'll go to Saladin, who at 116 kilos will move ahead of Sarah Robles. We are down to our final 4 attempts of this session. Mascoro still has 1. Robles still has 1. And Saladin on the bar for her second attempt.
Nice lift.
2 for 2. And from what I could tell, that is a personal best for Veronica Saladin, at least on a major stage. And you know, we're seeing this game. We're going to get into the game of changes right now. See in the back, a change just went in for Robles. We talk about, or you've been back there a couple of times this weekend, Sean. You've had the pleasure of working with some of our athletes, some of your athletes in the back with Piros Dimas, with Mike Gattone. And you watch Piros, we all know who and what he is, but I don't know that people realize how observant in some of the games that he's playing quietly in the back. He's watching everything that the coaches do. He's watching all the changes.
Yep.
And
he's really good at identifying what someone can and can't do.
And like feeling out that moment without even the benefit of statistics. I mean, he's got a very good vibe and feel of what he's observing. And it's been very successful for us thus far. So I'm intrigued. Where I'm going with that is that I'm intrigued by the play of what we've seen thus far with Sarah Robles. She's obviously not pushing herself that hard, but she hasn't, until her third attempt, asserted herself into the lead. She was happy to take 2 attempts that would not move her into the lead to this point. And we haven't seen that before all week, really, with our lifters where we have a clear advantage. So
I think the one thing with Sarah, she's got that clean and jerk, and I think she's going to,
regardless, if somebody can pick her off in the snatch?
Well, I don't think it matters. I mean, it matters because we want to win. We want to win the snatch too, but at the end of the day, you know, you're going in there to win that. She can make up anything.
All right, so now here's how it sizes up. 3 attempts left. Tanya Mascoro on the bar, 118 if successful. She will secure at least a bronze. Saladin has 19.
Nice lift.
That's a good lift. So with that, Mascoro will, apparently everything is a new record.
Yes.
Ignore that. Mascoro will secure at least a bronze medal. Saladin will now take 119.
And I'm sure Sarah will take 120.
Sarah has already elected 120. So I'm taking 5 kilos. You guys do whatever you want is basically the play here. So here is Veronica Saladin, 119 kilos. This is the second to last attempt of this session. If successful, she will move into the lead. Wow, great adjustment.
Nice lift.
And she is happy about it with good reason. She's going home with at least a silver medal. Let's take a look at this again.
Oh, she got back over. Good. Nice
Just
awareness.
A professional job in a clutch moment.
Yep.
All right, and now here is Sarah Robles with the final attempt of this session. It will be good for gold if successful. If she misses, she will be the bronze medalist. You know, Sarah obviously won gold in Rio. 6 for 6 performance there. She has been very deliberate about her return. We have not seen her miss a lift in 2 competitions that she's been in leading into the Pan Ams. Good lift at 120. Gold medal, and she is clearly building into something.
Yeah.
She did 115 at the American Open. Again, she was 6 for 6 at that meet. She just won the national 6 for 6, so she is now like 12 for 12 in her last 4 competitions in the snatch, and that did not look like a max effort.
No, not at all. And only 2 misses in the entire session.
So very nice lifting Take a look at the scoreboard. We are now in our 10-minute break for the women's plus 90 competition. As mentioned, Sarah Robles is the gold medalist. At those games. Right now, 80 kilos is the weight on the bar, and the lifter will be Michaela Obando of Argentina. Good lift for Obando. Good start. We might see some 2-minute clocks here. No, Montero, 80 kilos. Costa Rica. So that clock never started, which means Obando will get her full. No, they did start it. Okay, so they're changing it to 1 minute. And it doesn't matter because she's moved up. So now 85 kilos will be the weight on the bar for the first attempt of Scarlett Ucelo of Guatemala. Mentioned she is a youth athlete. Even so, she competed last year at Pan Am's. Clean and jerk 95 kilos on her third attempt. Opened with 90. And it looks like she might do that again this year. She has just moved up. So now Michaela Obando is back on the clock. But the weight is 85 kilos. Another good lift. Let's take a look at this again. We mentioned earlier, not the heaviest of attempts, so to speak, in terms of weight, but she's lifting with good form, as have all of the Argentinian lifters this week. It really has been a lot of fun to watch that team. And all right, well, it looks like we're going to go to Ucelo. At 90 kilos. This is the same weight she opened with in Cartagena. She was successful. She had a 5 for 6 day last year. Placed 9th overall with a 165 kilo total.
Oh,
good lift.
good lift.
All right, so let's think about that. Actually, 9th place, 165 kilo total. The current, taking a look at this again. Talk a bit about style too. Good job. 9th place, 165 kilo total last year at Pan Am's. The current clean and jerk record, senior at Pan Am's. Senior clean and jerk record is 161. So
who has that?
Cheryl.
Oh, right.
So when you think about that, that's a lot of separation in the top 10.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, Cheryl did that
back in 2005. Whoa, that would have been awesome, actually.
I mean,
did she power jerk her first two?
No, yeah, she power jerked the first two. I mean, to show how remarkable Cheryl Hayworth was, that mark of 165 done when she did it would still medal at the Olympics now.
Take a look at this. This was a rough clean. Bando really fought through that. She'll be credited with her second attempt of 85 kilos, finishing with a 151 kilo total. And now we will see Isabel Montero of Costa Rica for the first time, 91 kilos. Power clean. It's going to be a good lift.
Yeah.
Watch when she dips.
I know, it's something weird happening with
Her foot moved.
I'm glad somebody else saw that. I thought I was going crazy.
So this is a nice power clean. And watch what happens here. And one thing, by the way, I do like what she does, that little step in to narrow, to make her base a little bit narrower before she jerks. But watch here, that little, her front foot turned open.
From the side.
I could see it. I did see it. But when she split, I mean,
Yeah.
it's a good thing that it didn't go too far, because that could expose
Yes.
your leg in a not good way. But still, good lift there for Montero. And now we will go to Scarlett Uccello, 95 kilos, second attempt. She made her opener with 90.
Slow through the middle, but
Stood up easily enough.
yeah.
Good lift. She tends to dip
Yeah.
sideways. Let's look at that again from the front.
95 kilos, 95 kilos, 100 96 kilos.
I mean, it's not a rule infraction or anything like that, but these are the things we notice technically sometimes. Clean technique, excellent.
Yeah.
But watch when she dips, she sort of leans to her side
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, she jumps over to her right.
Now Isabel Montero is the lifter, 96 kilos. This is her second attempt. With the back.
Whoa.
Pull was good. Another good lift.
Sure.
It did happen again. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah, it's her thing.
Good lift. That was a 2-1 decision. There was a red light in there, but either way, good lift. And now Uccello will be called at 96 kilos. That is her automatic increase. 97. Interesting, they've started the clock too soon. Taking a look at this. Watch her right leg. That foot, that heel moves. All right, so now Uccello is the lifter, 97 kilos, third attempt, and she thus far is 5 for 5. She has a 169 kilo total. This will give her 171. Good lift. Hopefully somebody will bring the timer some coffee. He's asleep at the wheel. All right.
You get some of this coffee they have down here, you'll clean your house for a week and be spotless. Nice job there. I really like when I see that back leg bend, and that was just very well executed. All right, now Isabel Montero
Costa Rica, third and final attempt.
There's a lot of time over the bar.
But not a lot of time getting under it.
Ooh, this is a... All right.
Good effort, good lift, 3 for 3 in the clean and jerk for Isabel Montero, and she will finish with a 171 kilo total. And now we will move up to 105 kilos for the first attempt of Nicole Matamala of Chile. As mentioned, Matamala lifted in the Rio test event last year on the Olympic stage in Brazil. Opened with 105 kilos. She was also here at Pan Am's later in the year at Colombia. She opened with 105 and made it there as well. So this is a weight that she has taken before on a major stage with success. And she was 3 for 3 in the snatch with very good technique.
Good clean. Oh, wasn't expecting that.
Take a look at this again. Where do you want to see it, from the side?
Yeah, seeing more of these push jerks than we have in the past, I think.
A little late with that elbow turn. Crashed on her a bit. Pretty easy.
Yeah.
All right, so now 115 kilos. Second attempt for Matamala. I believe that is a declaration. No, automatic increase, excuse me. I would expect she is going to have to follow herself, so we'll see the burn and change game, spend a little time with the clock running, make a change, maybe another one. She'd have to go up to at least 120 in order to get some rest.
So why don't you explain to the audience? So what?
Oh, I'm sorry, she actually declared 115, which is a 10 kilo increase, and still won't be enough to get her some rest. In any case, what are you going to ask
Why
there,
don't you
Sean?
explain to the audience about how all that works as far as making a declaration and the automatic increase and all that
Stuff.
stuff?
All right, so after a successful attempt with any weight, a lifter who has any attempts remaining will be given an automatic increment of 1 kilo. If that lifter, if she misses, the automatic increment will just be repeating the same weight. If the lifter has to follow herself, it's a 2-minute clock, and within that first 30 seconds of a 2-minute clock, a declaration must be made. You can declare that automatic increase or any other weight. If you make that declaration within that 30 seconds, you are then entitled to 2 additional changes. Whereas if you do not do anything within that first 30 seconds, you're stuck with that weight, even though it's a 2-minute clock. So in Matamala's case, they didn't waste time at all. They just moved right to 115 which is a pretty big jump. 10 kilos. She has tried 118 on a major stage before. It looks like her best ever is 113. So this would be a personal best for Nicole Matamala.
Easy.
Power jerk coming. Good lift. Take a look at this again. So you see there a little bit of natural oscillation. It's good. And in this case, she has moved up to 120. There was briefly 116, so she has declared 120. She's the only lifter looking for that weight. So it is a 2-minute clock running. She can change it 2 additional times from this point. If she wants any kind of a rest, it looks like the next weight she can go to is 128.
Probably not going to see that.
That would be a big jump. And she did take a 10-kilo jump on her opener, but I believe that lift we just saw was the most she's ever done. So to your point, yeah, I don't think you're going to see that big of a jump, and in all likelihood, 20 seems like a number that she probably will hit. And they're not really messing around with the clock at all. They're just calling the weight that they want, and they're keeping this thing moving. One thing on Matamala that we've seen over her competition history is that third attempt clean and jerks tend to be an adventure and not the good kind. However, she did make 112 on a third attempt last year in a meet in Chile where she was 6 for 6. She is currently 5 for 5. So this would close out a perfect day for Nicole Matamala, and this would be a very nice lift to see. And Sean, thus far in the clean and jerk, we have only seen 1 missed attempt.
Very odd. I mean, this is the...
Very odd. 100% success, 95% success rate.
You don't see that very often. CJP's messed it up for everybody.
Sorry, Nicole.
I mean, that was before today. I mean, that was 7 kilos more than she had ever lifted before.
Well, it's still a great day. And
had a good day, yep.
Similar to her second attempt, that bar looped and crashed on her a bit, but she did make 115 on her second. She finished with a 212 kilo total, which is by 4 kilos the most she's ever done on a major stage. So it's a great day despite that miss on the third attempt there, and it was a pleasure to watch her lift. And now we will go to our junior, Lizeth Aovi of Ecuador. They announced that this would be a new record, but I don't know in what.
I assume weightlifting, JP. Weightlifting.
Thank you. You're getting end of competition sarcasm. All right. Here's AOV, 128 kilos.
Solid. They'll waste no time with jerk.
No, and she's the real deal in terms of technique.
Don't you have?
It's not a junior record.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cheryl Hayworth, 160 is the junior record. So I don't care if they announce it. I'm not accepting it as a record. It's not even close. It's a great lift, don't get me wrong, but I don't know why.
Maybe, is it youth?
No, she's not a youth. She's born in 98. And she has done, Aovi has done as much as 135. So in the plus 90 category. So that, again, would not make sense. She's at 131. If we were talking about new records, that 135 that she did at the Junior Worlds a couple of weeks ago would already be the record.
I see your point.
Thank you. I make usually 2 or 3 a year. All right, so we are now on Yaniuska Espinoza of Venezuela, 131 kilos. This is her first attempt. 3 for 3 in the snatch, made 110 kilos on her third attempt. That left her in 5th place. But if successful here, and we're about halfway through the competition, this will move her into the lead. Yaniuska has done 152 in competition. So this is very much a play date for Yaniuska Espinoza. Definitely here to score points for Ecuador, which she will do. But at the Olympics, she was a top 10 finisher. This is one of the best plus 90s in the world right here. We're just seeing her take some lifts on a competition setting. But this is not.
She's not in top shape.
Yeah, this is not her looking to do something big for herself. I mean, she was 6 for 6 at the Olympics. 152 is a big clean and jerk.
Nice clean and jerk.
All right, so now we will see Mascaro of Mexico at 135. I'm curious to see a change going in, and it is. So I don't think Mascaro will come out. She will not. Saladin, likely the same. We have yet to see Tanya Mascaro, Sarah Robles, or Veronica Saladin. All of them, well, actually, Mascaro and Saladin had been in at 135. Robles has moved all the way up to 145 for her opener. And as you were saying during the snatch competition, Sean, it is the clean and jerk where she separates herself from this field. And it looks to be the case if they take any attempts. But the others, for the moment, have moved up. Which
I assume Sarah's back there taking a nap at this point.
Aovi is the lifter at 135 kilos. This is a weight that she did just a few weeks ago in Tokyo at the Junior World Championships, and that was good for a bronze medal at the Junior Worlds. Very nice clean.
She's good.
She's very good, and sometimes when you're watching on screen, you can't really tell how big someone is, or she's not very tall.
No.
She's actually very compact, and she moves very efficiently. It's a very nice lift, technically flawless. And Aovi is 5 for 5 on the day, and now we will see Veronica Saladin, who was the silver medalist in the snatch with 119 kilos. She's opening here with 136.
Good lift.
Good lift there for Saladin. With that on the board, she moves into the lead with a 255 kilo total. She's the first of our 3 medalists to open here in the clean and jerk, medalists from the snatch. All right, so now 137 is the weight being called. Been a change now, 138 kilos. Looks like will be the weight Tanya Mascoro of Mexico takes on her opening attempt. If she's successful, this will move her ahead of Saladin, who defeated her in the snatch competition by 1 kilo.
Good lift. Very.
She opened with that 138 in the Universiade last year. Was that? Yeah, in November. That was the University Worlds.
Yes.
She was there. She wound up making 143 on her second attempt, but it looks like her best ever is 146. So let's see where her series takes her. Now we're back to Espinosa for her second attempt.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right, well, Espinosa is really not going to be able to get into the game for the total medals, but she is very much looking to get on the podium in the clean and jerk. And at this point, with Sarah Robles sitting at 145 for her opener, let's take a look at this again. This is now a 3-lifter battle for the clean and jerk for silver and bronze, assuming Sarah makes at least one. Right here, very solid from Espinosa at 138. All right, now we're going to go to 140 kilos for the third attempt of Lizeth Aovi.
This young lady has a bright future in the sport.
She has attempted this twice. Once in 2015 at the World Championships, once in 2017 at the Junior World Championships, both times on a third attempt, and she has yet to put it away. So let's see if the third time is a charm for Lizeth Aovi at 140 kilos. If she's successful, this will obviously move her into first in the clean and jerk, and for now, third overall in the total.
All right.
She may be a junior,
Beautiful.
but she is absolutely a professional. That was a great lift at 140 kilos for Aovi.
Good for her.
And it will
Excellent.
close out a 6-for-6 performance, 252 kilo total.
Very nice lift. She's really well coached. Really well coached.
No question about it. All right, so now the game is on for the medal placements. We're down to our final 4 lifters. Sarah Robles has yet to open. She is the only lifter we have not seen. Moscoro is running a clock at 141 kilos if she's successful. She'll move back into the lead in the clean and jerk. Currently sitting on a 256 kilo total. She is the leader at the moment. But Veronica Saladin is not far behind, just 1 kilo at 255. And there's the change. So that will put Espinoza on the bar at 141. And if successful, this could potentially, she'll need the benefit of a few misses to help her, but if she makes it, this could potentially give her a medal.
Oh,
No.
That's surprising.
Yeah, she looked so good on her prior attempts, but just not today. Espinosa will finish the day with a 248 kilo total. And she'll be credited with 138 kilos from her second attempt. And now we will see Veronica Saladin currently in 4th in total. And if she makes it, she will move into the lead ahead of Tanya Moscoro. Moscoro is on deck waiting to see what she'll need to do. If Saladin misses, expect Moscoro to burn her 2-minute clock. She's waiting on 142 for her second attempt as well.
Good lift. Very nice.
All right, good lift for Saladin. That means Moscoro is going to have to make a change. If she comes out to take 42, she will not move into the lead, but she will set up a play for her third attempt, I guess. Similar to what we saw of Robles in the snatch. She's going to play this out
But
on her
Sarah's
third
got
attempt.
the big clean and jerk.
Well, yeah, she's not going to go after Sarah. It's Saladin.
No,
that
but
she's
I don't
looking for.
understand this. I mean, why not 143?
Agreed. Oof.
Especially.
Why not 150?
I don't quite understand that call.
Good lift, perhaps not. Yeah, not the weight I would have chosen or would have thought to take. 143 would have moved her ahead of Saladin because she did not take it. Saladin currently is the leader at 261 kilos, and this was a toy.
Right. This wasn't like it was at the edge of her ability.
Actually, she would have needed 45, excuse me. This leaves her at 260. So Moscoro would have needed 145.
Well, she has one more attempt.
She does. All right, so now Robles has been called at 145. It does look like she's going to take it. Walking up to the platform very casually.
What's Sarah's best?
60. Did that at the Olympics.
It's a good time to do your best.
Looks like a warm-up. A warm-up on the platform. It doesn't seal the deal necessarily, but with 2 attempts in hand and something that looked that easy.
Right.
One thing I noticed here, if you take a look at this on the replay, this is a slightly deeper bottom position than we've seen from Sarah on her openers and from times past, which I think is good. So it looks like Mascoro is going to push Saladin out onto the bar and take whatever weight she needs after the miss. Currently on 147, a little bit of a gamble, but if it plays out, that means Mexico and U.S. will go 1-2 here in the supers, and U.S. will not make up that much ground on Team Mexico.
Yes, good clean. Let's go.
Stop the clock.
Nice lift.
Wow. 6 for 6.
Nice lift. That was great. She had a great meet.
Absolutely.
I really like the way she
265 kilo total. Although that for the moment ties her with Sarah Robles, it will leave her in second place. And just tremendous lifting all around from Veronica Saladin of Dominica. Let's take a look at this third and final attempt clean and jerk from her.
You know, the Dominican teams, like a lot of the teams from Central and South America, are very well coached. The athletes are always very well prepared.
This is no exception.
And this is no exception.
Hopefully we will see her later this year at the World Championships in Anaheim. In the meantime, absolute pleasure to see her lift, that being Veronica Saladin. And now we are down to our final 3 attempts of this session. Tanya Mascoro is the lifter. If she's successful, she will move ahead of Saladin.
Nice lift.
No. And it should be mentioned, the play there of the Dominican team was terrific, because Mascoro in 10 or 11 major competitions has not made a third attempt clean and jerk. Today was no different. So in a clutch spot, Mascoro was not able to deliver the lift that she would need to move ahead of Veronica Saladin, which means she will settle for a bronze. Our medals have been decided. Sarah Robles will win, or has won, the plus 90 category here at the 2017 Pan Am Championships. She has 2 attempts remaining, and these are just gravy.
I wonder if she's going to take them both.
She did pass her third attempt, I think, at Nationals, right?
Yes. Very easy. What did she make at Nationals?
I think it was 45.
Wouldn't be surprised if she did. I wouldn't be surprised either way.
But she did take all 6 of her attempts at senior nationals. Yeah, 40, 45. Actually, 50. I take that back. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And she was 6 for 6 there. 270
so if she
total.
took 50 at nationals, she's gonna take her third here.
Yeah, and she's building. So at the American Open, it was a 255 total. Clearly, just playing around.
Right.
She opened with 105 there. Finished with 115. Total of 255. Went to nationals. Won nationals. Made a 270 total. So I think if you're continuing to build momentum toward Anaheim at the end of the year, maybe another 5 kilos. Take a poke at 55.
Why not? I mean, she didn't get dressed up for nothing.
And, you know, look, nobody's going to unseat her position for the World Championships, but she still does need to make a qualifying attempt that will keep her virtually locked on.
Well, she's
Virtually locked at
Pretty
this point,
much.
even with 270. Yeah.
I'll tell you right now.
Even if she's not number one, the odds of her dropping from 2 to 8 are basically zero.
Yes.
So we're down to our final attempt of the women's competition at the 2017 Pan Am Championships here in Miami, Florida. It has been an absolute pleasure watching 4 days of lifting.
What's Sarah's total right now?
270.
Yeah, so her best total on record right now is 270 for this for
Qualifying period for Worlds.
period. So
she's elected to take 54.
So she's she's ranked number 1
With the 270.
Well, actually, that's not true. She's not, and she's not gonna.
Here's 55 going on.
So 55 right now. Maddie Rogers is ahead of Sarah on the ranking list
Based on her performance
based
here.
on 239, whatever she did.
Nationals.
So I think anything over 71 is going to put her number 1.
All right, well, this will give her 275.
Then
So
she's going to be the clear number 1. Maddie Rogers will be number 2, and Waxman's Gym
Caitlin Hogan.
own Caitlin Hogan.
We're talking about the ranking list for World Team
Yes.
for U.S. later this year. And now we're going to finish this competition, 155 kilos. And there's your winner, 2017 Pan Am Championships. Sarah Robles, 275 kilo total. It's another day in the office. All right, with that, we have drawn the plus 90 kilos category to a close. Gold medal to Sarah Robles of the United States. Congratulations there. In just a few moments, we will begin, at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern, we will begin lifting for the bigs. Men's plus 105.
I don't know. It's going to be interesting because although you have Fernando Reyes and you have our own Kane Wilkes, Fernando's total isn't going to count in the placement. So Fernando will out total Kane.
But Kane might still possibly win.
But Kane is probably going to win.
So we will see in a bit. In the meantime, watch Sarah's 155 kilo jerk one more time. On behalf of USA Weightlifting, who is streaming this to you live, the Pan American Weightlifting Federation, and our media sponsor, Barbend, that is USAW's media sponsor, Barbend, I'm JP Nicoletta.
And I'm Sean Waxman of Waxman's Gym.